To put it bluntly. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Put It Bluntly. It is episode 8. We're nearly in double digits, and to start off with, I'm the Wobbly Gamer.
I'm Cameron Keywood. Did you lose your teeth then? Double digit?
Yes, I did, as always.
Yeah, I'm Cameron Keywood, and we have a very special guest with us who will introduce himself now.
And I'm KingKicks Gaming.
KingKicks Gaming. What a name. So
where did that name come from?
I was about to ask that question.
So the name came from, essentially, I was looking for a new gamer tag on Xbox back in 2012, and I was a big fan of the musical duo, Rizzle Kicks.
What a name! I love that.
And back when I had hair, I used to get compared to both of them, saying I looked like a third member of Rizzle Kicks. So I took that, and I knew I wanted that to be part of my new name.
Yeah.
And then I decided to take the name that I use for a lot of games. I call myself Benjamin King, based off of a character from Saints Row 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I loved the name.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for KingKicks. So screw it, and it's stuck, and I'm referred to it now by that.
Yeah, it's memorable.
Yeah. I say it's a cool name. I thought you were going to be like Mad Trainer Mad. That was where I was going to go.
I was you having it. I was thinking, it's like, oh god, it's going to have a wall of Nike.
I thought you were going to have just trainers everywhere. So
funny thing is, sorry, I do love trainers, but a lot of people do think that. But I once saw there was a company that had the name like KingKicks, and it was related to trainers. Saw this like 10 years later. I don't even know if they're still a thing, but yeah, funny you say that.
So you have recently started to dip your toes into the world of streaming.
I have, yes.
Congratulations on the affiliate, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No, that's it's so many people underappreciate getting to affiliate because they're like, oh, it's only keeping 3 viewers, or it's only getting. It is a grind.
It is, yeah. It is. It was. I never really pictured myself getting affiliate when I started. I just thought, okay, I'm just going to do this, see how I get on. I want to kind of build experience in terms of like content creation and things like that. And I just ended up enjoying it more and more, seeing more and more people supporting me, and just affiliate ended up happening. I believe it was 4 months into streaming.
That's good.
And I started back in February of this year, beginning of February.
So what made you was it just as you've said, just kind of get experience on content creating? And
essentially, yeah. So last year when I was a part of Limit Break mentorship, my mentor had spoken to me about looking into doing something to help increase my experience and knowledge within content creation, because my aim has been to become a community manager within the video game industry. So I thought, okay, I've always wanted to do content creation on YouTube. I've always wanted to make videos on YouTube. And she recommended, good idea, what about starting with streaming, because it's an easier way to get into it before branching off into video editing and content creation. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. There's someone who is naturally an introvert, can be a shy guy. Being on camera and talking, it's a bit daunting, but I kind of got into it a lot quicker than I thought I would, and I just kind of pushed on right from February, and it's been a really fun experience so far.
I was going to say, you seem quite natural to be in front of a camera now, having the first time speaking to you on a video call. You don't hold yourself nervous. You talk well. It's good.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you're a variety streamer, I believe?
Correct. Yes, I am.
Like, I think you play a lot of Metroidvania. Like, that's where I've seen you play a lot.
A lot of
Prince of Persia. And...
Yes. So I knew when I started, I wanted to have some sort of speciality, but not necessarily just that. So I wanted a nice focus on something while still being a variety streamer, and I wanted to bring it back to 2D games, just in general, 2D games. It's what I grew up on. It's what made me a gamer in the first place. So I decided to do anything that's a 2D game that interests me. If it's a 2D RPG, platformer, Metroidvania, anything like that, I'd love to showcase in a stream. While also doing other things, like I've done some horror games. I try to do new releases if they interest me.
Yeah.
I try to shine a light on 2D games.
Like there was that one you were playing. It was really colourful.
Ultros.
Ultros, that's the one.
Ultros, beautiful game, beautiful. Yeah, and that was one of the first games that I did in that kind of got a reaction from people that were jumping into the stream, like, oh wow, what is this game? Like they'd never heard of it, they'd never seen it, and that is exactly the kind of thing I wanted to kind of do. I wanted to just get these games that aren't the obvious games you'll see streamed or that people may not know, and get just a few more eyes on them, and it's worked out quite well.
Obviously create content myself and stream. What's the biggest barrier for you? Like, I know that's quite a broad question, but it's everyone has a different answer to that. Like, whether that's the technology, the
internet.
You're funny, ain't you?
Yeah.
If anyone that doesn't know, I'm currently recording this out of my mum and dad's dining room because I'm a really big fan of EE. So yeah, what's been your biggest barrier? It's quite a broad question, I know, but
my biggest barrier, I would say, was consistency with it. In terms of, so one thing I didn't take into account before I started streaming was it really takes it out of you. It's very tiring to be switched on for 3+ hours, talking to people while concentrating on a game, trying to be entertaining or knowledgeable, anything like that.
Fighting gremlins.
Yeah, exactly.
Computer problems.
Exactly. You throw that in, and it's like it's a lot to deal with. And yeah, I didn't take that into account before I started streaming. And there have been days where for instance, in fact, this week, on Monday, I did a stream for the game The Plucky Squire. And I thought, you know what, I want to get this finished because there's other games coming out that I'd like to stream. So I decided I'm going to stream this game as long as I need to finish it. I streamed it for 5 hours and 10 minutes. By hour 4, I was ready to just finish. And I could feel my energy sapping from me. And by the end of it, I came off stream, I ate and went straight to sleep. And the next day, I was so tired that it actually affected me streaming the next day because like all my energy had gone right there. And I realized being consistent with it means I've got to try and balance the streams better. And it's something I'm kind of in the process of learning. Streaming takes it out of you. Never knew it.
I'd previously done long streams like that on game launches of like big games. People don't understand how much it takes. Everyone's like, it's just sitting in front of the camera, isn't it? And chatting and playing a game. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's really not.
It's really not. It's a lot. It's a lot on a lot of the senses. You're using a lot of your senses during it. And it's when I see people now doing your 10+ hour streams, your 24-hour streams, I'm like, that's impressive. I don't know how you've done that. Will I one day do that? If I have a week off the week after, maybe.
Yeah.
No, it's it does, as you said, it wipes you out. And I know we touched on before we started recording that you've got anxiety. How did that come into play when you started streaming? Because obviously you're putting yourself in a new environment, you're putting yourself out, you are physically putting yourself out there. And as someone that's also got anxiety himself, but mine's for very different reasons and things, I can sit in front of a camera and not care about it most of the time. But for someone that you said that was an introvert, how long did you said now you're quite comfortable and you can see that?
Yeah.
How long did it kind of take you to get over it? And was it quite a slow process, or did you kind of go, actually, I'm quite good at this and I enjoy it, and it was quite a rapid turnaround?
It was a lot quicker than I thought, which is funny because even like growing up, I never liked, for instance, in school doing presentations, speaking in front of people. Worst possible thing. Yeah. Absolute worst possible thing for me. So the idea of, and also actually another thing is being the center of attention. I've always hated that. That's something that would always bring out the worst of my anxiety. and I thought when streaming, I thought seeing myself constantly and having people essentially looking at me, I thought that would be daunting, and I felt like it was something I wanted to challenge just to see how I did. Because obviously with streaming, you see a lot of people do. There's different kind of avenues you can take with streaming now. Some people use a VTuber. Some people don't just have their voice. But I wanted to just throw myself straight out there. Let's try camera. Let's try microphone. And I'd say it took me maybe a month where I was like, okay, I'm on camera now. I'm used to seeing myself. It did help that I would go back and clip my streams and just kind of watch myself and just see what I'd like to change of what I was doing. It might even be some like silly things, like I'd notice myself looking at the camera more than I needed to. And yeah, it was a barrier that I didn't expect to leap right over that quickly.
I loved hearing that. That's really good because you've said as well, like you're trying to break into the games industry and community management.
Yeah, and a lot of like good community managers I know stream like
yeah.
now.
Molly from Rebellion, I know streams. There is a list of, and
so that is definitely like another cap in your.
It's
absolutely
feather in your cap, not
yeah,
cap in your feather.
it is a big feather in your cap. Once you get friendly in front of a camera and stuff, and it helps like massively with CVs because you can then go on to put on their video editing because you clip.
Yeah,
you can. It's just such a good base to put on your CV, especially for someone like yourself who wants to get into community management.
Yeah.
To just put that tick on the box that says I'm already creating content. I'm already comfortable in front of a camera. I don't mind streaming. I know how OBS works. I can kind of try and keep a straight face when everything around me's on fire. It's fine. We can deal with this.
Yeah, exactly. It's when you really break it down, you're taking a lot of different things from streaming that are, I say some of them are like, a lot of them are like transferable skills that they will be useful in so many different job roles as it is. But particularly if it's community management, which I'm looking at, it's very helpful. Very helpful.
So, if you don't mind me asking, we don't, because me and Cameron are quite in the same boat at the moment. How is job hunting going for you in the? I don't want to use the term dumpster fire, but
I mean,
it's
far
not
off.
far off.
Yeah.
Games industry employment levels at the moment. It's
right now. I'd say about halfway through this year, I kind of changed my mindset where I'm looking, obviously want to get into the games industry, but what I'm now looking at is looking at stuff that's not in the games industry while also having streaming content creation on the side that I can then use for the future to potentially make, or just to make a job out of that potentially later on. This year it felt like just a big blow to a lot of our hopes to work in the games industry. Obviously, at the end of the day, we have to just keep trying. But it's when you're hearing about people losing their jobs on weekly, almost daily basis, you have to start thinking about other ideas while also keeping that dream alive no matter what.
So we have a section called Patch Notes, which is coming up next, actually. And I think we've done it 7 times already, and I think at least 4 or 5 we've mentioned layoffs.
Yeah.
Like, I know Wobbles brought it up last week with Xbox. What was the week before?
End Dreams was last week. Xbox.
End Dreams. There we go. That's how common it is. Like, End Dreams was last week. Xbox was the week before. There's probably going to be another one.
Yeah.
Around the corner, and
it's ridiculous, but yeah.
Fingers crossed. Since End Dreams, I haven't seen any. It is unfortunately there's thousands of people in the games industry at the moment that's in the same boat. And it's like you said, I'm seeing people on Twitter that have got 30 years experience in the industry just going, do you know what? I'm actually moving out of the games industry because I can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah. Which is also just very sad to see, isn't it? These people are in the positions we'd love to try to be in, and for them, they feel the best thing right now is to just get out. Like,
and it's a totally
it certainly feels like the experience of I'm 5 days away from retirement sort of thing. We've seen in like
Yeah.
kids movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Get out before something bad happens to you. Yeah.
I appreciate it when it's at that level as well, because they can't go for a junior position, can they? Because someone's going to look at a CV and go, I can't give you a job because you've got 10 years experience, more experience than your line manager. It's just like, yeah, it's such a shame because there's so many people out there like yourself that are passionate, are doing things on the side to further their skill set. And it's just like, just give them a job. And I know they can't, but you just want people to get jobs, don't you? That
exactly
are dedicating their own time to progress their skill sets and everything like that. And it's But what's been your favourite game to stream on a more positive note? I know you said about I can't remember the name of the game. I'm really bad short-term memory, but you just said that you had a game and it was bringing new people into the stream and asking it, and you were able to promote the game that you enjoyed and loved, which is I love when you get to do that. But what has been your favourite game to stream, like on interaction levels or anything like that?
I think the ones that come to mind, I think I've got two that come to mind. The first is Tales of Kanzera Zal, which came out early this year, because a fair few people that worked on the team came into my stream to watch me, give me tips and stuff. And when that happened, this was still quite early on into streaming. I think this is maybe 2 months in.
Yeah, I think April it came out,
Yeah, like around April time. And when it happened, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I'm loving the game as it is. I love that the way it's focused on, I think it's Bantu culture and it's focused on grief. But then having people who worked on it come in and wanting to see my reactions and stuff, that was brilliant. I'd never kind of thought about that ever happening. The other is, and I hate saying it because playing it was a nightmare, but it was probably Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which I had put myself off playing for years. That game came out in 2017. I've owned it since 2018. We are now in 2024. That's when I finally mustered up the courage to play it. Played it on stream. I got so much content that I had to cut out of it to make clips because there was so much good stuff. But then to make it even, I say worse / better, was my partner Sarah was messing about with the lights in the room via her app. So she would turn the lights on, off, all this to make it more immersive. And there are some clips from it that are absolutely ridiculous, where she'll turn on the speaker while I'm playing, and while I'm in the middle of being in this intense situation, and just suddenly hear the speaker start talking. It was a great experience. That got a good lot of I got a lot of good feedback from it and stuff. So
I can just imagine how you're playing like Resident Evil. I am adding milk to your shopping list.
Yeah. I love the fact you picked a game that is like 7 years old, because I'd never completed Red Dead Redemption 2. Never.
Yeah.
Played through the first 2 hours so many times, and a couple of people in my stream community have moaned at me for never completing it. And I completed it. And
you haven't technically.
I haven't technically, because I haven't finished the epilogue yet. But I'm sat there, and at the end of it, I just went, why didn't I play this before? Like, really, why did I not play this game before?
Yeah. It's funny you say that, because I've also still got to play that as well.
I would highly recommend it, because it's gone straight to the top of my best storyline in a video game list.
Really?
The character development, just everything about it really just was like, oh, this is great single player story game development, design, everything from bottom to top, and it blows GTA out of the water for me.
That's next section now, I think.
Yeah, we've had a nice little 20-minute intro from Ben, as I will call him. So we will now move on to this week's patch notes and discuss the highs, the lows, and hopefully no redundancies in gaming this week.
Hello everyone, welcome back. It's patch notes time. So I'm going to pass it over to Wobbles first, who has a very special update regarding one of his favourite game series.
So everyone knows my love and affection for the Assassin's Creed series due to one feature, which is
Eagle Vision.
Eagle Vision.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it is. It's an accident. It's accidental accessibility, which is my favourite kind of accessibility. So the Assassin's Creed series will always live strong in my heart. even though they've had their ups, their downs, their lefts and their rights recently. Shadows got delayed until 2025, and it's been released on Valentine's Day. I do apologise, Miss Wobbles, but Assassin's Creed comes first. So
I thought you did.
The drawer gets opened first.
Yeah. Special draw.
The special draw. And on that note, yeah, as Ubisoft haven't had the greatest of times recently with just everything, unfortunately. They have been every opportunity they get called woke because for some reason or another they use a female lead and get destroyed for it, or their share prices are at an all-time low, and there's rumors of hostile takeovers surfacing, and it's just another punch in the gut for a games studio that I just adore. Ubisoft make some of my favourite ever titles, and I just feel like they can't win at the minute, no matter what Ubisoft do. I reckon it's the worst time delay I've ever seen in a video games company, because we're going to talk about it, but 12 hours earlier, PlayStation announced the release of Ghost of Tsushima 2, and people instantaneously were like, oh my god, Ubisoft are scared. And it's like, yes, Ubisoft decided to delay a game in 12 hours. They didn't take weeks to make this decision. They saw that PlayStation were announcing their second in the series of Ghost of Tsushima and went, oh my god, it's set in the same era as us. We need to make this game perfect. No, they would have made that decision days before the announcement, days before PlayStation showcase, and they would have probably known about the release of Ghost of Tsushima 2, funnily enough.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, like, seeing all the people on the go Assassin's Creed Shadows were being woke. Well, like, Ghost of Tsushima is like an accurate representation of Japanese culture, and now that there's a woman in there, they turned on that as well. So maybe it's their problem. But yeah, it looked really good. Shadows when I've seen it, and Ghost of Yotai.
I say both games tick my boxes. Yeah. I've now it has made me a little bit happier because I've got more time to play through Ghost of Tsushima on stream. My single player backlog is Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed Mirage, finish off Outlaws, and try and do a Kingdom Comes Deliverance playthrough, because Kingdom Comes 2's coming out and I want to do a Deliverance 1 playthrough.
And in February as well.
That's February as well. Yeah. So February, I'm just going to be locking myself in the front room for a few hours a day, I think. It just feels like another punch to Ubisoft. And it's, especially from someone coming alongside it with an accessibility point of view, Ubisoft's games are accessible to a lot of disabled gamers, and they get good rep in the disabled gaming community. Mike the Quad was singing about it the other day when we had him on as a quadriplegic gamer. He was like, I love the Assassin's Creed games because they're accessible. And it's sitting there. Now you're not just looking at the future of Assassin's Creed. You're sat there going, well, Ubisoft are just taking one low blow after another low blow at the moment. And I adore the Ubisoft games. And I adore the franchise. I love the people that work there. David Tisserand and Stacey Jenkins, just to name a couple of people off the top of my head, that care about accessibility, care about the gamers that play their game. And it just feels like they're dodging bullets constantly. On that note, I'm going to hand over to Cameron, because as I am an Xbox aficionado, I thought I would leave it to the PlayStation man himself to talk about the next subject. Over to you.
State of Play was last week? No. Tuesday just gone.
Tuesday gone, yeah.
Tuesday just gone, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of things announced. One thing I will touch on before I start going through what was announced and what was shown. Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster was announced, which, to be fair, sounded a really good deal because it's only £10, €10 extra if you own the original. And straight after that, Sony doubled the price on their store of the original. So it went from £15 to £34. So, yeah, that's something I can't defend, really. A bit scummy, gotta be honest. But, pop in your local CEX, probably a 10, I know, if that.
Yeah.
Like,
You're acting like CEX probably haven't gone and doubled the price of all of theirs in the same move.
Oh, no,
Let's be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Not that I'm promoting another company, but CD Keys is probably a good shout.
Yeah. But yeah, so just want to touch on that before I went into like the main state of play. Astrobot DLC, which I'm happy to have. There's 10 new bots to rescue and 5 online speedrun levels. But I think Helldiver is one of them. A character from Stellar Blade, and they haven't revealed the rest yet, but that's going to be out later in the year. This game, did you the Midnight Walk, which was the claymation game?
Yes, yeah.
That looked really well. Claymations look really creepy in movement anyway, but it looked really interesting. That's out on PS5 and VR2. Release date wasn't given. The Midnight Walk. And there was Metro Awakening VR, which I've played. I think Metro 2033, and I've got Last Light and Exodus to play. Look, really good games. The next one was Arcade Chronicles, which looked like high fantasy, fight dragons, and
That
that's
sounds like
next
my
year. Palworld is on PS5 now.
Palworld are getting sued.
Yeah.
No one tell Nintendo. Pikachu with an AK-47 over there. But, yeah, that's I think it's still in early access, but it's on PlayStation 5 now. Luna Remastered Collection, which are remasters, obviously because it's in the name, of 2 PS1 era, I think, JRPGs.
That will be good news for a lot of people that have wanted to buy that, because the originals go for a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
There's also the poor people that have paid ridiculous amounts of money and have lost ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic and Shadow Generations is out on the 12th of December, and there's going to be a Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie pack. So Keanu Reeves is voicing Shadow.
Breathtaking.
Yep, very breathtaking. So a bit of gameplay for Dragon Age, the Veilguard. That looked interesting. That's out on Halloween.
I'm very excited for that as well.
Yeah, I've ordered mine. I'm really hoping it's good.
EA Originals hasn't had the Dead Space 2 remaster, but again, EA Originals hasn't had a win for a little while, and I think they have kind of chucked their eggs in the Dragon Age basket because it's got a huge dedicated community.
Alan Wake 2 DLC.
Still need to play it.
Yeah, it was in EA Original. I still need to play Alan Wake 2.
The Lake House, and it's out around Halloween. There's a new horror game with I think it's like PS1 sort of graphics called Fear the Spotlight from Blumhouse Games.
Yes, yeah.
So that looked really interesting. That's out on the 22nd of October. Then it was a building game, I think, a magic creature building game called Towers of Hagbaza. Will enter early access November. Lego Fortnite announced a new controller, which
that looks so
every
good.
8-year-old kid will want, and maybe Wobbles as well.
God, it slaps. It looks so cool.
Dynasty Warriors, whatever you want to call it, Origins.
It's probably one for me.
Yeah, I would probably pick that up for the.
Yeah.
Hopefully, get a nostalgia hit from that one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. I played. I think it was 4 on the 360.
Yeah, I used to play on 360 back in the day.
Yeah.
My first one was 3 on the PS2, and I loved it. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am hoping for a bit of a nostalgia hit with that one.
Monster Hunter Wilds is now coming on the 20th of February.
Do you know what? I adore games like that, where it's grindy, it's very...
You play EAFC.
I play EAFC. I know Division. I know it's not the same kind of world setting at all, but the Division in games like that, I love that open world grindiness. But I cannot get into Monster Hunter for love nor money.
Oh my god, that's me. That's literally me. I bought 2 different Monster Hunter games, and I love everything about Monster Hunter. I love the game design. I love the gameplay loop of going out hunting.
Yeah.
taking what you've got and creating armor and weapons. But whenever I play them, I never gel with them how I want to. I'm even looking at this new one like maybe this time, but it's
Do you
like
reckon all three of us just bite the bullet, get it, and try and make each other play it?
we should.
That could be a good idea.
Or Wilds is the
Wilds is the yeah.
I got the one from 2016, and I thought, I got it on sale. And then I looked at the trophy list and saw 800 hours, and I was like, ooh.
800 hours? That's mad.
Yeah, so maybe, that could be a collab series.
Yeah.
Comment below if you'd like to see it. Get that viewer engagement going. Anyway, moving on. Lego Horizon Zero Dawn looks fun. You can play as Lego minifigure versions of characters like Sackboy, Ratchet, and we have a release date now, the 14th of November, so not too long. Stellar Blade is getting a photo mode and a collaboration with Neo Automata later this year. PlayStation Plus games for next month were announced. So it was Dead Space, the remaster, WWE 2K24, and Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, which, if you see visual novels and think, oh, they're not for me, that one is probably for you. That is...
Yeah. That's just go in without knowing anything.
Yeah. Wobbles, I reckon you should stream it. I'm genuine.
What's it called? Doki
Doki Literature Club Plus.
Right.
That's a great game to stream. That is a great
We'll do that next month.
It's a visual novel, so it's a lot of reading, but ooh, yeah. And then some massive news that got leaked about a year or two ago, that Dino Crisis is being added to PS Plus Classics, as well as Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Is more Kain news, which Ben will touch on in a second. Mark Cerny popped up to talk about the PS5 Pro, and I was just like, yeah, okay. They've even remastered the announcement. Didn't need that. And then the best thing of the showcase for me, Ghost of Tsushima sequel, Ghost of Yotai. I'm not sure yet if it's like a full-blown sequel or it's just similar to like Spider-Man Miles Morales.
It's been 4 years, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's got to be a full release.
Yeah, that was my thing, but
yeah.
I went 100%.
Controversially, I purchased the new Razer PlayStation controller that's shaped like the Xbox One, so I could make more use of my PlayStation, because muscle memory is ingrained to be an Xbox controller. And I was very excited for the next 18 months at a PlayStation, and I feel like it's gone not as big as I thought, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they had a big showcase last year, but I think they're in the stage now where all the projects are under development.
Yeah, I feel like it's very much, you're waiting for, like, I'm not knocking Ghost of Tsushima, because I'm very excited for that game, but I feel like there's a couple of big titles missing to really go, oh my god, PlayStation are kind of where it's at for the next 18 months. I know Xbox dropped the ball on a couple of theirs, but we've had Starfield from Xbox, Indiana Jones from Bethesda. They're just... Xbox have had
that's coming to PlayStation as well.
Yeah, so Xbox have had quite a big...
bit of delay.
2 years, give or take, with games. Admittedly, they've not all hit the mark, but I feel like PlayStation have kind of... Helldivers was it a PlayStation exclusive? Like, it was a PlayStation exclusive, but was it a PlayStation Studio?
Well, people on PC couldn't play it.
Yeah. And I just feel like PlayStation have had a really, like, every game they announce is a banger, but at the moment I'm just waiting for them to announce some more.
Yeah, I think we're still waiting for like Spider-Man 2 DLC.
We're waiting for, yeah.
It feels like PlayStation's immediate future is a bit, it's hard to really judge anything. Xbox, we kind of know a lot of what's coming in the next year or so. PlayStation, we don't know what Naughty Dog are doing. We don't know when the Wolverine game is coming.
What's coming? What's coming from Guerrilla Games? We've not had a Guerrilla Games.
Well, they've technically worked on the Horizon remasters, mostly done by Nixis, which is like a remastering sort of like help studio.
Yeah, it feels like you've said, Wolverine and Spider-Man went quiet, and just everything's kind of behind Sony screens.
Yeah, and I think they were betting big on Concord from what I've read this week. So it cost 400 million to make.
And it made about
Well,
10 quid.
nothing, because they refunded everyone.
Yeah.
And the current head of PlayStation Studios, Herman House, it was basically his baby. And the rumors they were, if you were working on it, you couldn't say anything bad about the game. I think it was called toxic positivity is the term I saw. So basically, you couldn't criticize it. It was like his baby, and yeah. Oof. They were probably expecting that to carry them through for a couple of months before the next projects. Yeah, but well, I'll leave it to Ben now, who also has an announcement from the State of Play that I've left just for him because he probably is more knowledgeable of it than me. So take it away, Ben.
So I'm sure everyone saw. You probably saw before the State of Play because I think it got leaked in the morning that it had that Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 are getting remastered, and this is something that a lot of people have asked for a long time. People wanted something from Legacy of Kain, whether it was a sequel, a remaster, a remake, anything. Legacy of Kain in the 90s was the cool video game. It was, you look at that character and you're like, damn, it's so 90s, but it's also so cool. Great character design. If you've ever seen the voice acting in it, that's aged so well. It's actually quite insane how well it's aged.
Yeah.
The ironic thing is, I as a kid never got to play it. I always remember seeing it on store shelves, really wanting to. So now that this is getting released, getting that remaster treatment, I'm so excited to finally be able to get my hands on it. I think quite a lot of people will. I feel like you either know of it and always want to play it, like myself, and you're finally going to get to. Yep. Or you're someone who loved it and really want to revisit it. And I feel like I'm hoping it does well. I'm really hoping, because if it leads to it receiving something in the future, a sequel, anything, great. Kind of like how Crash Bandicoot got obviously the Insane Trilogy, did really well.
Nitro Fueled and
exactly.
So tell, we streamed it from his house.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was sort of a crash course sort of thing. So it was like someone who's really
terrible at
teaching someone who'd never played it. I did a thumbnail as him as Cortex and everything. He's going to do a series of it eventually, maybe.
Yeah, it's
great games. Games.
I wish games companies would stick to, like you've said, they're remastering something, and I want it to do well because I want games companies to stick to their IPs.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a rule. Like you can't remaster something from the generation just before.
Yeah, let's.
You have to have at least a one generation gap. So PS3 games should be getting remastered now as well.
Yeah.
PS2, PS1.
It's
don't need PS4 games remastered.
There isn't been
it's insane.
Great new IPs for a little while. Everything's kind of. I feel like what people want is just games that they liked playing 10 years ago to be made with sequels.
That's Call of Duty I'm cashed in on that, to be fair, like World of War remaster.
Yeah, World of War. That's what I like. I'm so excited about Mathew, the new Mathew, Borderlands, Ghost of Tsushima 2. I'm not excited about new IPs. I want games companies to carry on with their IP. Division 3, I want games companies to kind of carry on with their IPs.
Yeah, it's mostly because nowadays the new IPs are hero shooters.
Concord.
Like Concord or...
Yeah.
Or they're disappointing. Like, I think Redfall was really disappointing.
Oh my god. I had such high hopes for Redfall.
Again, I said it, didn't I? Xbox had bangers lined up and dropped the ball on them.
Yeah.
Like Starfield weren't...
Starfield weren't... It's a Bethesda game, let's be honest. You wait a year to play a Bethesda game because it needs that time to get good.
As big as it was hyped. But, I think it's done okay, but they're never going to reach the heights. I think GTA 6 is probably going to be the next big game, really, that everyone's talking about.
Oh, GTA 6 is going to be... It's going to be...
And within 3 days of the launch is going to be people...
It's going to be an event. It's literally going to be an event.
It's going to be... It's a worldwide event. Star are just great at marketing, let's be honest. And I think I reckon that you're going to see the Sphere in Las Vegas being used. There's going to be stuff... There's going to be stuff everywhere, and there's no need to.
I want to see wrestling in that sphere.
They could spend nothing on marketing and still get the most sales in the games.
It's basically based in Florida, isn't it? So they could basically weird stuff happens in Florida all the time. All they need to do is stick a Rockstar logo on it.
Done.
We've seen just one trailer. Just one trailer.
Yeah.
Like that's literally it, and it's the
that's
top
like
of
some
so many
people's
people's
content for the last 9 months each frame.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Lex, you can. I know a lot of people really appreciate that series. It's something I didn't get to play. So yeah, I'll definitely pick it up.
Very excited for that.
I think that brings us to the end of Patch Notes.
Yep.
And now it is the football section, I believe.
Do you remember what it's called this week?
Open Goal.
We are back with Open Goal. I forgot it then.
It happens to the best of us.
We have actually got a guest this week that likes football. So we've got a third opinion. Although it might not be great because he's a Man United fan. But he's here.
I'll add in booze here.
No. It's been a
rocky 10 years.
Not a rocky 10 years. I was going to say it's been a weird 7 days as an Arsenal fan because we're taking shots from every form of media for trying to hold on to a lead at the Etihad.
Yeah.
It's
I don't criticise what they did. I used to see it under Mourinho.
It's Roy Keane's come out. Roy Keane's come out, didn't he? And was like, it was like watching Stoke play. And it was like, what? Last time we went down to 10 men at the Etihad and tried to play football. We lost 5-0.
5-0, yeah.
We were 2-0. We were 2-1 up at half-time with a goal lead. What did people want us to do? Go and try and outplay the best team in the world on the ball with 10 men? And I get it wasn't pretty. But we should have come away with 3 points. But I'm not going to talk about the fact that the referee's been paid to go to the Saudi Arabia by Man City or anything like that. Because you could be here all week.
16 charges now.
Yeah, it's only 115 charges, but I can't work out why we're getting so much flack this week. It is very popular to shit on Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United. Everyone likes to do it.
All
them three, especially. If you can get a few clickbaits on one of them three, you're golden, because it's going to get traction. Especially them three clubs, because the fans buy from all three of them clubs. Let's be honest. And if you mention Arteta, Erik ten Hag, or Klopp at Liverpool, you still see stuff about Klopp being at Liverpool, and I don't know why, but it's just not fair. I know Erik ten Hag isn't the greatest manager Man United have ever had, but at the same time, it's just the same shitty articles you're reading about him every week. It's the same thing as reading about Arteta every week, but no major news outlets are talking about Man City's 115 charges or the fact the referee they've got chosen for probably the biggest game of the season has never sent off a Man City player.
Funny that.
Yeah. I don't want to go too deep into it, but yeah. How
#legal.
#legal, yep. It's glad Premier League's back though, and we've probably got an international break coming up soon. I'm gonna let you talk about Man United's result this week, Ben, while I go and give Ruby a treat because she's doing my head in. You don't need to cut this. I'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember, who did we play last weekend? Because I'm getting mixed up with the Europa League. Europa League we played against Twente, drew 1-1, which...
Oh, Crystal Palace went 0-0.
Palace 0-0, yeah. The performance itself was okay. What annoyed me coming out of the United game wasn't even necessarily to do with any of the players, even though Lisandro, my beautiful Argentinian boy, did that terrible, almost very, very bad tackle. But outside of that, what annoyed me was the reaction to Rashford being put on the bench instead of Garnacho, and Jamie Redknapp was saying, "Oh, it's got to be something. Something's probably happened. Something with Rashford's personal life." So, and to go dive into all of that about Rashford is fucking ridiculous. Like, when you've got Rashford, who's doing better now, he's having a couple good games. You've got Garnacho, you've got Ahmad. You're gonna have to do a bit of rotation there. Like, it's bit common knowledge there.
Yeah.
And the fact that that wasn't the first thing that came to people's heads, and instead there has to be an issue or something, really annoyed me. That annoyed me more than the 0-0 result. Because essentially that was the drama. There's drama Sonny created around out of nothing, and that really annoyed me.
That's what I said to you, didn't I? It's just clickbait for
Yeah.
United. At the moment,
Like,
Rashford's
I
the
always
scapegoat.
watch
Yeah,
Mark
he is.
Goldbridge. I always watch Mark Goldbridge because I find, when they, because I myself, like, we joked a couple of weeks ago, it's like, sertraline isn't my antidepressant. Man United losing is. Because I'm still salty about 2007 league. Anyway,
That's okay. I understand.
Bit of jealousy as well, gotta be honest. There's a bit of jealousy because, they're a really successful team. But, yeah, so I was watching him and, like, he's been saying Bruno's been playing bad recently. Like, obviously, I don't watch much of Man United. Ericsson's been playing well as well, I think. I think he got a goal in midweek.
Surprisingly well, yeah. He's, I think in his last 2 starts, he scored 3 goals.
Yeah, and then you got obviously Kobe Mainu, who is like...
It's my boy.
Like, I saw people saying, Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, or Mainu. He's not there yet.
No, I hate comparisons like that.
The lad's 18, give him a chance.
Exactly.
But, he could get there. He looks like he got the potential, definitely. But yeah, how long have you supported Man United since? Was it good old days of Ferguson, or?
I started when I was 5 years old, so that would be 1996. The reason I started supporting Man United, even though I'm not from Manchester, ironically, was because of 2 players. One being Eric Cantona, because I thought he was just amazing, just incredible in every way, and the other was Ryan Giggs, because as a mixed race boy growing up, I wasn't seeing a lot of mixed race footballers, and seeing Ryan Giggs, and he had black curly hair, very similar to me, similar skin tone. I thought, wow, this is very cool, and he essentially he made Man United for me. He was the reason I was a Man United fan, and unfortunately, because of what he is now, a dirty, horrible person, that changed everything. So, like, I'm thankful that I support Man United despite the state we're in, but I have obviously sad memories now because of Ryan Giggs. And then supporting United now, it's I expect each weekend to be ruined. I never expect to have a good weekend.
It's an emotional roller coaster, is what you're trying to say, yeah?
It really is. You try to be hopeful, but it's difficult. In these years since Ferguson left, there have been 3 periods where I was just like, I cannot cope with this anymore.
Yeah.
And ironically, one of them was with Moyes. It took me however many months after Ferguson was gone. I was like, please fucking come back. I can't stand this anymore. It's some of the football that we play that it feels like that we don't have an actual plan of how we play it a lot of the time. I hate that potentially the best period we had was under Mourinho. Not to say I don't like Mourinho. He's a legend, but his style of play isn't the type that I ever wanted United to play. It just never was.
If it brings success, then
precisely you're gonna get success unless you're
just grit your teeth and bear it. But it's not.
Unless you're Spurs, obviously, and I say that despite my my partner and her family being Spurs, so I can say that quite funny.
My condolences.
Yeah, sorry, I do apologise for that. It must be hard.
It's hard, but it's also very funny.
Because no matter how bad United are, it will never be as bad as Spurs.
Exactly. So it's not too bad, that.
And the goalkeeper that started for Arsenal midweek is actually younger than Spurs' last trophy.
That's the one trophy.
Oh my god!
If you count actual trophies, not like Audi Cups and shit like that.
He's like 100 days younger than Spurs' last trophy.
That's insane! Oh my god! Oh yeah, because I saw that Arsenal played quite a few youngsters.
We played a 16-year-old goalkeeper.
That's literally Arsene Wenger League Cup tactics.
Arteta said, I think Arteta's going to stick to it as well. He's just going to let the young kids go for it. Arsene Wenger did it for years. We'd get to Man City.
Never won it though. Well,
yeah, we'd get to Man United in the semi-finals, and you'd be sitting there going, "Is he going to put a team out?" And it'd still be full of youngsters. And it's just like,
yeah.
Fair enough, but it's been quite a quiet week in football.
Yeah.
How are you finding Chelsea at the moment? Because it looks like you've had a couple good weeks, really.
Yeah, I'm more positive now than I have been for the last 2 years. So
that's good.
Off the antidepressants, so
I think
in all seriousness, though, yeah, it's might be finally clicking.
I think Nkunku and Felix will make a difference to the midfield.
And unrelated, but I overtook you in fantasy football by a point.
Oh, you didn't?
Because I had a hell of a week, 78 points.
Yeah, because you've captained Haaland. It's like going to a bar and ordering Carling. It's just boring. Try something different, you know. Have some originality.
Beer Moretti by me. But yeah, like that literally saved me because everybody else had like 10 points, and I think it's the first time I've ever stuck with fancy football, because usually I'll do the first week and then drop off.
Yeah, I'm still going on mine as well. Amazingly, I usually drop off within the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I usually do the first week and then I'm like, I forgot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Chelsea have been doing well. Europa League up this week. Your Conference League up this week.
Yeah.
But hopefully we should win it. We haven't got Palmer in the squad, but
so yeah, we can't even talk about
previous weeks. We should be winning now.
There isn't a result from today. There was no Friday night football.
Well, I tell you was in the women's, Chelsea beat Palace 7-0.
7-0, yeah.
You know,
Chelsea women are something else.
Just they have. It's always been Chelsea women or Arsenal women.
Yeah,
it's always been one of them too.
John Terry's the president, so say that way you will.
For God's sake.
Yeah, new manager as well. So obviously Emma Hayes went to America for the
She's
US.
the American women's.
I think she could have like managed in Championship League One. If even Premier League maybe.
Yeah.
But obviously, who's going to be the brave club to give someone a go?
Yeah. Yeah, then because the new Chelsea is Bompastor, isn't it?
Yeah, I think she was Leon manager, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
She's also very good on EAFC.
She's very good. A lot of the women attackers and midfielders are disgusting.
Yeah.
I packed Ronaldo last night as well.
Which Ronaldo?
Cristiano.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Imagine packing Cristiano Ronaldo and having this reaction. Ronaldo.
That
was 2 years ago.
If you've packed R9 and you haven't told me, I was gonna.
I was gonna say.
Pack. Jesus Christ! I need bloody luck. I don't think I've ever packed an icon. Yeah, I've never packed an icon.
I'm trying to think the best icon I've packed.
My best tradable icon. Oh God. I think I packed
Benzema in form as well.
Okay.
I think Paul Scholes has been my best tradable icon. I don't ever have packed. My icon pack luck is terrible.
Yeah.
The best I packed Veron. I packed Veron. I packed. I think I sold him for. At the time, I think he was signed like 180k. Yeah, I think that's like my best.
My best ever was Dybala's when Carnival was a thing. On 2018 or 2019, I packed Dybala's Carnival card and he went for like $500,000.
Ooh.
And that was the best I've ever had. But my pack luck on FC is atrocious.
Best player I've had this year is Koundé, 95k he sold for.
Yeah, I've not even had anything near that.
Koundé.
But
I've had nothing great this year. So.
Shall we move over to guess this mess? Because we've taken
as soon as it's doing FC 25.
Yeah, we'll end up. I could chat about it for hours, but
yeah.
Let's. And it's now time for Ben, aka KingKicks, to take over the pod and pit myself and Cameron against one another in Guess This Mess.
Okay.
Over to you.
So the scores are currently I have 4. Guests have 2, and Wobbles has 3.
So I've got 3 games here, and each game I've kind of described them in a way that describes either their story or their gameplay. It comes down to one of those. Yep. Okay, so the first one I'd say is the easiest one, and it gets harder.
Okay.
So the first one is: sometimes you just need to spend the night walking down a brightly lit, busy street, beating up gang members, and capping the night off singing karaoke.
Oh, Yakuza. Oh.
It is Yakuza. Yep, Cameron got that slightly. So slightly.
I was literally going to say Sleeping Dogs. So
I was about to. Yeah, I was going Sleeping Dogs, Saints Row, and I was like, gang members. It's Saints Row, Sleeping Dogs.
Because in Sleeping Dogs, that's basically you can do your karaoke in that as well.
Yeah, very close that one. Right,
Yeah.
second one.
I think that's the closest it's ever been.
Yeah.
There was not even a second between you both saying that. Okay, second one. Depression. Depression is everywhere. And among that depression is a man whose actions cause some of the most divisive conversations among gamers. Alongside him is a plucky teenager who becomes a chip off the old block.
Last of Us.
Oh.
That was mine. That was mine.
Yeah, give it to him. Give it to him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was literally a syllable out there.
Yeah. Wow. That was impressive.
I was like, it's a teenager. I was like, teenager. Oh.
Right.
Focusing on the teenager a bit, everything. Hashtag cancelled.
Cheers, Cameron. I'll see you later, lads.
Yeah, but
right.
Yeah, I'd give it that one because
third one.
Charitable.
This is probably the hardest one.
Yep.
Because it's rather than the series itself, I need the specific game.
Oh God.
Yes. Right. A killer is on the loose. To stop them, you're going to need a TV, special glasses, and a bear. Having friends will help as well.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Nope.
A TV.
Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
No.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
No.
Is it a Five Nights at Freddy's game?
It is not.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you for clarifying. I can stop saying Five Nights at Freddy's. Getting tongue-tied.
This is a tricky one.
Google it.
No. You hear it. My mic's above my keyboard. You hear it.
No.
Do you want a hint on consoles or anything? Consoles. What consoles? It first came out on the PlayStation 2. It has since come out on the PlayStation Vita, the Xbox Series S and X, and the PS5, and I think the Switch.
What the hell is it? TV. I'm going to be kicking myself, I reckon. Because needing a TV is ringing bells, but I can't remember. I'm going to have to fall. I ain't going to get it, Cam. Are you?
Yeah, go on then.
The game is Persona 4.
Ah.
I wouldn't have got that. No, I was thinking something else.
Because in that game, one of your friends is a bear. You have to wear special glasses and climb inside a TV to catch a killer.
You would literally say, if you literally added that, you go to school. I might have got it. Yeah, I had no.
No, I would never have got that in a million years. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Great. Yeah. Glad you accepted the invite.
Thank you so much for having me. I've had a great time.
No, you will find the link.
That's basically the main name.
You will find the link.
All your social links will be in the dump.
Yep.
That's what was it trying to say.
Yep. Follow him on Twitch, please, guys, because I know how much it means
your Twitch,
to people.
Your Twitter, they'll all be in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been great having you.
Terrific.
And best of luck with the rest of the streaming.
Pleasure to have you on. It has been episode 8 of To Put It Bluntly. Next week's guest, I do actually know for once, because I asked Cameron about it yesterday. It's a bit of a catch.
It's not 100% confirmed.
I've been the Wobbly Gamer.
I've been Cameron Keywood.
I've been KingKicks.
And that has been To Put It Bluntly. Gotta say done.
Done.
Like a basha.